Hi there, I'm Jeanette Lane, and in today's video I'm going to show you how to set up the We Are Memory Keepers Foil Quill heat pen tool with my Cricut Explore Air 2. Now the Foil Quill heat pen is an accessory that you can use in conjunction with your e-cutter. So I'm going to be using Cricut, but it's also compatible with Silhouette, Brother, Sizzix. I think pretty much compatible with all of the e-cutting models out there. Now this is, like I said, it's an accessory, so instead of, the pen tool that you would put inside of your e-cutter, you would use this heat pen. Now there are different tip widths. I'm going to be using the bold tip, which is 2.5 millimeters. So that's going to give us some nice foiling effects. Now you're going to need special foils with your foil quill. So here we have some sheets, but they also come in rolls as well in various colors, gorgeous metallic colors. And you will need to use the Foil Quill, the We Are Memory Keepers brand of foils, so that they just work properly. So you're getting the best results with your machine and also your foil quill. Now this is going to give us a nice metallic foiled effect onto our cardstock, but you can also use vellum, acetate, vinyl, I believe chipboard as well. So let's get to foiling. I want to show you how to install the foil quill inside of your machine. Now the concept behind the foil quill is that the tip heats up and then you can create, instead of cutting with your e-cutter or using the pen accessories in your e-cutters to draw a design, you can actually foil with it. It's really innovative, so super excited to have a play with this. So taking it out of the box, and this is the foil quill, and I wanted to show you the tip on that. So here is the foil quill, so there is that metallic tip, and we have on the other end a USB port, so we need to plug this in. This needs to be powered externally. I have a laptop next to me where I'm going to plug this in to power it up. So that's that. So the next thing we want to do is grab the adapters. So here they are in the packaging, and we're going to pull it off. So let me set that down. So there's different adapters for your particular die cutting, e-cutter machine. And also this protective metal piece, which I'm going to show you where that goes in just a bit. So here we have the B adapter for Brother machines. Then we have D upside down, D for Sizzix in case you happen to eclipse the machine. And then we have Cricut, which is the one we're going to need. And then there is an A for Silhouette. Okay, so I'm going to grab my little adapter and my foil quill. I'm just going to slide this on and twist it into place. So my adapter will look like that. And we can move on to the next step. Like I mentioned, our Cricut adapter is on our foil quill. And now we are going to open up our Cricut Explore Air 2. Let me move this out of the way. And we're going to install the foil quill. Now, before I plug it into my laptop, which I have set up beside me, I don't want to plug it in and then set it up because it will get a little bit warm. So I want to install it first and then plug it into my power source. In this case, it's my laptop. Our Cricut adapter is on our foil quill, and now it's time to install it. So we want to install it in the A accessories port. Here's a closer look. So here we have our cutting blade, so that's B there for blade, and here we have our accessories port. So I have the pen adapter in here already, and you might have yours installed as well inside of your Cricut machine. So all you do is just open it. And you want to put your finger underneath, put a little bit of pressure, don't be too forceful, but it'll pop right off. So we need to remove this, save that in a safe place, and then we can install our foil quill. So that's just going to pop in there, and then we lock it into place. All right, so now it's time to plug this into my laptop. Now you want to make sure that you give yourself some slack. So don't have your laptop or your power source like really taut, because this needs to be able to move around the length of the machine, the cutting mat. So we're going to plug this in. My laptop is right here next to me. And there it is plugged in. There is a little blue light on top indicating that it's on. Now to protect our Cricut machine, we're going to finally use our little metal piece that came with the machine, and we're just going to slide it right underneath the foil quill tip. Okay, so it's time to do some foiling. So you can also use the Cricut design app on your phone. So here is an alternate design that I'm also going to foil during the course of this video. So here are my designs, and this is just hello in some font. Now you want to make sure, of course, to change your line. So you want to make sure to change your line type to draw instead of cut. So to do that in the app, you just go to layers, and then you click this one here, this little tiny itty bitty arrow, probably can't see it. And up here it says cut, write, score, print. So I have selected write, and then I want to make sure that my second layer is also under write. So the line type has changed to write. And then you just click layers again so that we can see our design clearly. So it's time to add our cardstock and our foil to our mat. So here I'm going to add an A4 size piece of cardstock. You can, again, like I mentioned earlier, use acetate or vinyl or even vellum. So I'm just smoothing my cardstock onto my cutting mat. And then I'm going to grab these foil quill heat activated sheets. So let's open this up. Now, of course, you have the option of using the rolls. That's completely up to you, but I just wanted to use the sheets because I feel it's so easy now that the sheets are already cut, so I can just get right to foiling. So I'm placing my sheet on my design space grid. I can see where my design is going to be. So it's going to be here in this area. So I just want to make sure that I have my foil sheet lined up exactly right, otherwise it's not gonna work. So there is my sheet, and I'm going to secure it to my cardstock with some washi tape. So I have lined up my foil sheet, and now I'm going to secure it with some washi. And I want to smooth this to make sure it is nice and flat and taut. So that will go there. Okay, and now I can load my cutting mat. So this is what my cutting mat looks like with the foil sheet and also my cardstock. So we're going to put this into our machine. So just slide it in. So I've lined up my cutting mat to put it into the machine, and I've also removed the protective metal piece there, so that, it kind of hurt a little bit. So we're going to load our mat in there. Okay, so I'm going to be foiling the Hello Hello design that I created on the app on my phone. So I am all set there to go. All I have to do now, the prompt is telling me, to press the go button. So we're going to do that and get to foiling. All right, so it says the action has been complete. So let's see, we are going to unload. So push that button here. You can't see it, it's not on screen, sorry. So it has removed our design. So that is what it looks like. That looks pretty cool. All right, so then we're just going to remove the washi tape ever so carefully. Oh my goodness, how fun is that? So we are just peeling off that foiling. That looks gorgeous. I really want to try this next with some acetate. Next, I want to try another design also from my phone, and this is another design, a little ice cream cone. Is a design from Emma Jewel, and I've just typed yum underneath with a font inside of the Cricut Design Space app. So I have this laid out on my mat like I want it, and so now it's time to replace this. So I wanted to try it on acetate, so I'm going to load my acetate onto there, and then I'm going to add my foil. Now this one I have already used. It was the previous one from my Hello Hello attempt, and I don't want it to go to waste, so I'm just going to use this side. So what I'm going to do is just place this right over here. So that looks good, leaving that washi tape on, and then pulling this taut. And I'm also going to smooth it to the left and put some washi tape there. I want to make sure that it's nice and taut. And then some on this side. Okay. So next I'm going to click continue so that we can load up our mat into our machine. So there it is thinking. So we are going to load this in. Let me remove my protective metal piece there. And just line this up. You want to make sure you put it underneath these two little white plastic pieces there. It's kind of like our plastic borders so that our so our cutting mat doesn't shift around all over the place. So that is in, and then we just click the arrow, which is flashing, and you can't see that on camera, I do apologize. There it is. I'm not lying to you. There's the flashing arrow. So we are going to press that to load our mat. Okay, it's loaded, and now we can press the second flashing go button here. Cricut Go. Like I mentioned earlier, you want to make sure to let your foil quill heat up for at least 5 minutes to get it to the right temperature. And also when you're completely done with it, you want to unplug it right away and just let it cool down before you remove it from its cartridge. And also you want to make sure to leave lots of space, at least 10 inches in front of your machine and behind your machine for your cutting mat to maneuver in and out of your e-cutter. Okay, my phone is indicating that it is complete, so I click OK, and then I click this flashing arrow button, which means it's going to unload my mat. And now we can reveal our beautiful design. So let's just lift this up. And again, this is acetate that I'm foiling on. Earlier I used, oh my gosh, that looks so nice. Earlier I used cardstock. Isn't that so much fun? Oh my goodness, that looks amazing. Let me put the dark cardstock behind it just so you can get a better look at it. Okay, so now that my foiling is done, I'm going to replace the metal piece right there underneath it to protect the Cricut plastic there. And I can unplug my foiling quill, and I'm going to let it cool down before having trouble unplugging it from my laptop. That's just me. That's my problem, guys. So you want to unplug it and let it cool off before you put it away. So before you remove it from the accessories port. So this is what I have foiled today. I am loving all of the possibilities. So many things that you can do with this. Now the cool thing about the Foil Quill heat pen is that just like with an e-cutter and with the blade, you can create so many different designs, and it takes your crafting to a whole nother level because you can cut with your blade, and you can also draw if you have the drawing accessory with your machine. But now you can foil with the Foil Quill as well. So really that just opens up the door, the possibilities, so many possibilities. You can do cards, home decor projects. Don't forget to check out the rest of the Foil Quill range on the CraftStash website. Like I said, I used the bold tip pen, but there are other tips with finer finer tips, or you can also buy all three. They come in a little pack, and there's lots of beautiful foils on the site as well. I'm Jeanette Lane for CraftStash. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I'll see you real soon.